You know you might have an addiction, right?
Yeah, you could probably say that. Yeah.
This all started back in 2019, I believe,
Yeah.
about middle of the year-ish.
Yeah, I think it was March, Aprilish for time frame.
He's at work, and I get this text message saying, "Hey, I want to order this." And I'm looking at this picture like, what is this abomination? What is this thing? And he comes back and says that it's Voltron. And of course, immediately I'm looking at this going, this is not Voltron. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, yo, it is. It's Voltron. And I'd send him back a picture of what I remember Voltron being from growing up in the cartoons. And he replies back, this is Voltron in a pop form. So I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is a pop? So that all led to us going down the rabbit hole to where we now have 1036 various Funkos, sodas, vinyl figures, Dorbs, several Chomps, Ghastlies,
And Kongs.
and some Kongs. So the figure that started it all,
This guy right here.
Voltron. Not gonna lie, it is a really cool figure. It's just at the time I didn't know anything about Funko Pops and what it was. So that led to getting that guy, and then of course several months later the pandemic hit. He was working at a casino at the time, and of course you can't do anything out in public, so they started laying everybody off because they had to shut down. And at the time, we were just getting started in this, and then here comes Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yep.
Adam's hot and heavy into Rick and Morty. We love the show.
Obsessed.
He's obsessed with it, and it led to him finding out that there were Rick and Morty Pops. And with that, he started buying up every one that he could find.
Yep. Con exclusives, everything, yeah.
Yep. So it started with Voltron, slowly graduated into Rick and Morty, and it took a while for us to get all the Rick and Mortys, because you basically shopped your way through the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just Rick and Mortys that he was buying, it was everything. Mystery boxes were coming out, he would order it. We would get these things in the mail, we would open them up. Some of the figures we liked, some of the figures were, okay, nothing that we cared for, they were cool, we thought they were cool at the time. And then I think in a couple of those we ended up getting some ad icons.
Yes.
And from there that just kind of blew up our idea of, okay, we want to collect all the ad icons that we can get our hands on. There's still quite a few that we do not have. There's a couple of heavy hitters.
Yes.
We're still missing some of the originals. We need
The OG Blueberry and Count Chocula. Wait.
No, we have the OG Blueberry.
That's right, yeah.
We need the Count Chocula and we need the Frankenberry.
Frankenberry, yeah.
Yeah. So we still need the OG Frankenberry and Count Chocula.
Toucan Sam.
We need Toucan Sam. Trying to think here. We have a pretty good chunk of ad icons completed now.
I think we're still missing one Lucky too, the glow in the dark Lucky, or the standard one of the two. Yeah,
we're missing quite a few of the ad icons.
The early ones,
probably.
the ones that are the most. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I was saying, we were getting mystery boxes left and right. Every time I turned around, there was a new package being dropped off at the door. Looking at him like, what the heck are you doing? We don't have space for all this, as I'm sure some of you are probably in the same boat. It got to the point where we had to decide, okay, what are we really going to be collecting? Like, what do we care about the most? So we decided that we already had most of the Rick and Morty completed. Mm-hmm. We had to wait.
Oh, I wasn't getting rid of the Rick and Morty at all. That was going to stay with us. It was going to be a choice on that one.
Okay, well, so he decided Rick and Morty wasn't going to go anywhere. We had to wait a while before we finally got it completed. He needed Roy, and that was one we were just kind of waiting for the price to see if it was going to come down a little bit.
Which
and
it did.
It did finally, so we went ahead and nabbed Roy. Um, and then from there we said, okay, we've got the Rick and Morty completed, and now we're going to decide to focus solely on ad icons because that was something that we both liked, and we started just kind of slowly from there figuring out what we wanted to not collect or get rid of because obviously we don't have space for all this stuff.
I think our first one, actually, the first ad icon that we bought online was the Fanta Soda clown on a drop, and yeah, it was one of the ones you were like kind of creeped out because you don't like
I
clowns.
hate clowns. I do not like clowns.
But yeah,
Never
that
have.
was our first one that we actually bought online. All the other ones we bought from local places.
So eventually it got to the point where we decided that Rick and Morty and the ad icons is what we were going to solely collect. So we started looking around on different social medias like Facebook. We found a bunch of collectors through Facebook at the time, and we also found several local pop-up shops that were starting to get into selling the Funkos that were mainly like toys and comics to begin with, and they kind of were turning more into the Funko resale portion of it. So that's where we kind of got introduced to what Funko value was and PPG price. Um, so a lot of the pops and figures that we no longer had interest in collecting, we reached out through members in our local community to find out if anybody was interested in these, if they wanted to trade for something, or we just took them to these local shops. One of them at the time when we still lived in Oklahoma was a really cool shop called High Five Retro Guys. And they have a ton of Funko Pops. Well, at the time, at the beginning, they were starting off mainly with comic books and retro toys, and they quickly turned mainly into a Funko shop. So it's really cool. I highly recommend that if you're in the Oklahoma City area, that you go check out High Five Retro Guys. They're at 405 North Meridian, and definitely stop in and see Elias and
Oh,
Danielle.
super awesome people.
Super awesome people. You'll be amazed at the pops that they have. Really great selection. So that was one of the outlets that we were able to exchange pops with,
Right.
trade, buy, sell, trade, and that helped us get more of our lines expanded. And you found several different things there for your Rick and Morty that we didn't have to help complete that line. We were able to trade off a lot of the pops for some of our ad icons that we have to try to complete those that we didn't have at the collection at the time.
Got a lot of the exclusives that we weren't able to find anywhere else, through them. So
Right.
that was really nice.
So definitely look around, check out your local communities or your Facebook groups through your Instagrams just to see what all you have around in your area. Of course, we've now since moved for my job. We're now located just north of Austin, Texas. And I was all excited thinking that moving to a larger, more major city than Oklahoma City, that we would have a lot more options and variety for Funko as far as
Surprise. Yeah.
resale and buy. No.
The surprise thing.
What? No, I'm just meaning like no, we
Okay.
don't have a lot of larger shops that you can go and do the buy sell trade stuff here. We just happened to be in High Five Retro Guys the day that another person was bringing in a lot of pops to trade in, and lo and behold, the one that they were trading was the Super Shadow number 285, the 2018 1500 piece limited edition.
That was about a year ago or so. It was way before any of the Sonic films actually dropped into theaters.
Right, so with those films, the price of these things have just gone
Yeah, because this thing
through
was
the stratosphere.
It was a Grell at the time, but now it's like I would consider it a Mega Grell. And how it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But the cool thing about this pop was that at the time they allowed us to do layaway, and I'm not sure if they still do.
I think they do. Yeah.
They might still allow you to do layaway, but we were able to do a layaway or payment plan with High Five Retro Guys for this figure, and I am super excited to have this in our collection because this guy has skyrocketed over the past year.
Could not believe.
Now, we don't collect just for value and whatnot. We collect because things are cool that we like, but this actual figure, I am just super excited with this one. And yes, it is up there in PPG value, but that's not the whole reason why I have it. I'm just super happy to have it because it's limited and it's part of the Sonic collection.
Yeah.
So for me, this guy, this is my grail.
Yeah, literally. He's got a few of the others in the back there. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, they're a couple. They're classic Sonic.
Yeah, my classic
and
flocked Sonic.
We have all the other ones. I think the only ones we're missing are the egg, Dr. Robotnik, Eggman, what do you want to call him?
It'll always be Dr. Robotnik to me.
And then the original Tails and the original Sonic. I think there's an original Knuckles too, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, there is, and I don't have that one either.
So yeah, those are the OGs that we have yet to get, but.
Yeah.
I think I think we're missing like 4 of them altogether. So you're doing really good on your little Sonic collection.
And we're literally surrounded by Funko Pops and figures right now. So as you see me looking around, I'm just looking at everything that we have. I mean, it's quite astonishing. So, anywho, this is just a little short intro of how we got started collecting on Funko, or just collecting in general, any type of figure. Because before this, we didn't really collect anything.
We didn't collect anything. I mean,
like you did prior. You had like baseball cards. You had Hot Wheels. I have the original Pokemon cards all filed away. But I mean, between that, we really didn't have anything that we were collecting. So this Voltron
led to a whole can of.
Telling you, I'm looking at that. I'm like, what the hell is that? It's not Voltron. That opened up a whole can of worms for us as far as Funko collecting goes.
And
so,
finding things to collect, and they're just the neat little things that are out there that you don't even think about, and you're like, oh, this is so cool, I want to get that,
Right.
Hence the Plastic Empire with the Kong and the other one, the
little abominable. What are those? The chomps.
Oh, the chompers and the
chomps.
chomps.
Yeah, the chomps and the chompers. So now we're on to that.
Those,
that
we like
line.
those now. Yeah.
So, yeah. Just wanted to share with you guys how we got started, where we're at now, how we got where we're at now, and just give you guys a little insight on that.
About it,
So show off a little bit.
Yep.
So that's a little bit about how we got into collecting Funko and how we got to where we are now, venturing off into the world of YouTube. I'm going to put links in the description down below for all the different places that we talked about throughout this video. If you have any comments or questions for us, please be sure to put them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.